Today, we are doing the 10 commandments for the opening band. I've done my share of supporting gigs for smaller and bigger bands as well, and I've learned a bunch of stuff throughout the years that I want to share with you. 10 commandments for the opening band. Let's do this. I got a camera with autofocus. I'm so happy because I can move around. Hey everyone, it's Pat and welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know me, I make all sorts of videos around making music, such as tips, tricks, tutorials, and all sorts of fun stuff. So if that's something you're into, consider subscribing. And if you've done that, you can click the bell to get notified when I upload, which is pretty much every week. I'm trying hard here. Quick side note, I want to thank all the new subscribers, all the newcomers to the channel. It's really appreciated. I hope that you'll like the channel, that you'll stick around and you'll tell your friends and they'll subscribe, and then we can beat T-Series. Okay. But thank you, seriously, it's really encouraging to see some subscribers to the channel. I'm at 57 at the time of shooting, and to me this is like super motivating. Same time last year, I was at 0, so 57. When I saw 50 last week, I was like, my mind was blown, and now it keeps growing slowly but surely, and I'm really stoked, and so thank you for subscribing to the channel. All right, let's get going. So these 10 commandments are not in order of importance, like a countdown, for example. I think they're all as important as the other. The way I put it together follows how planning the show itself and after the show would go down. So more of a follows the time rather than importance. Anyway, let's start. Let's start with the first one. First commandment. Thou shalt not rely on the headliner's status. Oh, hey, you're Steve from the Smoking Meats, right? One of the opening bands? Hi, I'm Bill. I'm the promoter. Nice to meet you. Saw, dude. I'm Steve from the Smoking Meats. Right. Did you guys sell a lot of tickets? You have a couple people showing up? Well, Kevin's girlfriend's showing up, that's for sure. She's so hot, but she's on the guest list. By the way, who do I talk to add people to the guest list? You guys had pre-sale tickets, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we lost those, but we're playing for Mastodon, dude. Gonna be a shit ton of people here, man. So stoked. Do not rely on the headliner's reach or audience pull to bring people to your show. You should really do your job at promoting the show as much as you can. Social, old school printing, networking, whatever you want to do, make sure that you bring people in. And what's really great about opening for a band that might be a bit bigger or more well-known than yours is that you can use that as a pull to bring people into your show. This is a technique we used a lot when we opened for bigger bands with Bad Captain. We would say, hey, we're playing with this band. You should show up early, make sure you see us, and then you get to see this great band that you like on top of seeing us, win-win. So don't rely on the other band to bring people in. Never assume that the people going to see the headliner band will show up early for you. So always make sure that you promote the show yourself and you bring your own crowd. The added bonus to that is that if the promoter sees that you brought your own crowd, you made the effort, they'll be more inclined to book you for other opening shows because they see that you made the effort and that you brought your own people, and eventually you'll become that band that other bands open for. So yeah, never rely on the other band. Always make sure that you promote the show, bring your own crowd, and everybody wins. Number 2, thou shalt not arrive empty-handed. Hey dude, I know you. Yeah, you're the drum tech for the Beaches, right? Listen, all I got is my sticks. I didn't bring any, cymbals or drums or anything like that. It's cool if I play on your kit though, right? Right? I went to college, dude. It's cool. It's cool. All right. No, it's fine. Fine. I'll talk to her. All right. Never assume that you're going to play on the headliner's amps or drums, especially if they're a big, well-known band. That's never going to happen. Number 3, thou shalt not be late. Wasn't load-in time for that show with Sum 41 at 2 p.m.? Whatever. They'll call me if they need me. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just be on time and be on top of your game. If there are messages or emails to answer about the show, make sure that you do that on time in a punctual manner and arrive on time for sound check, for show call, for the show. Just be on time. Make sure that you have alarms or whatever reminders. Make sure that your drummer's not out at the strip club or something like that. And but yeah, just be on time. It's super basic. Number 4. Thou shalt not be a fanboy or fangirl. Mr. Pertnoy? Mr. Pertnoy, I'm a huge fan. We just opened for you? I have all your DVDs. Could you maybe just sign one? Mr. Pertnoy? God damn it. Now this applies if you happen to open for a much bigger band or a band that you're a huge fan of. It might actually happen for you. I've played, 100 shows where it's, buddy bands and it's the community sort of, and it's, we play for each other and whatever. But I've actually played a couple shows where I'm really impressed with the band I was opening for. And well, my first rule for that would be to not be a fanboy or fangirl. Don't be a stalker. If you happen to meet them, you can introduce yourself. You can say you're a huge fan. You're super grateful for the opportunity. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. But, if you don't see them, whatever, don't go stalking. Don't go running backstage, knocking on their door, asking for an autograph or anything like that. Stay cool. You're in it. You're in the game now. You're one of them. You're opening for these guys. Don't be a fanboy or fangirl. Stay professional. Get out the way. And that's it. Don't be a stalker. That's weird. Number 5. Thou shalt not irritate the sound person. All right, boys, I'm ready to get going. Let me just get some bass drum, please. Hey, my guitar sound ain't right. You got some. Let's start with drums. Bass drum? Yeah? Just a minute. Yeah, no, I get it. We'll figure that out when we get to guitars. Let's start with bass drum. Dude, I said just a minute. It's not because you didn't make it in Metallica or something. You got to be such a douchebag. All right? Put the crew on your side. This is like the most important one. I know I said they're all somewhat important, but this one is the most important. The first thing I would do when I would show up to whatever venue, it doesn't matter if it's a church basement, if it's a skateboard shop that has a venue upstairs, or if it's, the Bell Center or whatever it is, Madison Square Garden, the second you walk in, find the sound guy, find the person who will be mixing your show, shake their hand, introduce yourself, say your name, remember their names, and become friends. They might be preoccupied, they might be in a bad mood, they might be on tour for the past 5 years or something and be super cranky, but do whatever you can to get on their good side, because that will result in a good show, a good sounding show at least. This also applies to any kind of crew that's present. If you're playing with a band that has, a stagehand or something like that, or a venue that has a couple people working there, a local crew, make sure that you're respectful, that you introduce yourself, that you become, the go-to guy if they need anything for your band, and that way you make sure that the show and the whole event, the whole day or night or whatever, is as smooth and as fun as possible. Hey, number 6. Thou shalt not be slow AF. Oh, dude, you've never seen us live before? Man, we have like loops, we have a screen in the back. It's really like a multimedia metal thing, man. So the harmonica goes into the sound card, which goes into my MacBook, into the tuner. Guys, it's 7:20. The doors open in 10 minutes. Anytime you're ready, I'll take a bass drum. I'll get right to it. And then the wood block goes into the delay. And why did I even bring this cable? And then according to my plans, it's okay, I get it. Set up fast. That is something that is super important, and that headliner bands and opening bands before you or whatever will actually appreciate a lot. And this is something we, believe it or not, use to practice as a band during band practice. You practice taking your stuff and putting it on stage, laying your pedal board, knowing your stuff by heart, setting up the cymbals and whatever, and we used to do it in record time. That was like our thing. In my band, we were 3 guitarists, a drummer, bass player, we had 4 vocals and all that, but we would set up in under 5 minutes, and we knew how everybody else's gear worked. We could do whatever we needed. That was like our thing. We set up fast. When it comes to doing your sound check or later in the evening playing your show, everything's like planned. You know that you plug in your mic, then you plug in your pedal board, your guitars, you can help the drummer with this and that, tune the guitars, boom, you go off stage, take a shit, and then you're on standby to come play your show. Number 7, thou shalt not surpass their allocated playing time. I learned that one the hard way. Hey, Cleveland, thanks for being such a good crowd, all right? I know we're over time, but we got this amazing 8-minute opus that we want to play you guys. All right, let's do this. If you happen to find yourself playing for a bigger show or a tour or something like that, chances are it's going to be like this. There's a local band that plays for about 20-25 minutes, then there's 1 or 2 supporting bands, and then there's the headliner. If you're one of those first bands, you should play your 25 to 30 minutes, whatever was agreed on, and then you should get out of the way. When I say that I learned that the hard way, it's actually true. A couple years back, we played a festival that was going on all week, and the night we were playing was like 4 or 5 bands or something. We were supposed to play 25 minutes, and I think we played 30 or 35 minutes, and that put us on a shit list for that festival. We never got booked again, and we later on learned that it was exactly for that reason, because we decided to play just 1 more song, and we went over our time that way, and they hated that. So really be careful. If your set time is 25 minutes, play 25 minutes, plan for that, and then get out. On a related note, here's number 8. Thou shalt not play an encore. All right, thank you, Cleveland. That's all. Stay tuned for Huey Lewis and the news, all right? All right, thank you. Yeah, all right, good night. But 1 more, though. 1 more. 2 more? Let's do 2 more. All right, let's do this. Yes, I have to put that in there because it's actually happened several times. My band was a headliner once, and the opening band played their show and then walked off stage, and then came back and played 2 more songs. If you're an opening band, don't ever do encores. Play your set, like I said previously, and then get out. And then when you headline a show, you can plan your whole like, oh, thanks, good night, you know, and then be like, oh, you want a couple more songs, eh? You can do that whole shtick, that's fine. But if you're the opening band, don't do it, ever. You know, if you're done playing at 22 minutes and your set time was 30 and people are asking for one more song, fine, you can probably play one and then get out. But always remember that you're supporting the headline band. It's not your show per se. No encores, that's not your thing. That's the headline band's job. Don't do it. Number 9, thou shalt not be a dick. Well, you know, I just hope we play a good show. You know, that's all I want. Oh, hey, you're Jordan from the Non-Binary Bandits, huh? Oh, hey, you know what? Good luck out there, kid. I was once where you were, but we're the ones on tour. We booked you. Whatever. Be thankful, be respectful, and be supportive. Leave your ego in your mom's car or in your band's van or something like that. Leave all that at the door and make sure that during load-in, sound check, downtime, the show itself, and afterwards, you are super thankful, supportive, you're the nice guy, don't be a rock star, don't be a dick. Always keep in mind and be thankful that you were invited to play a show by a booker for a bigger band, and if you're the headliner and you're the big band, well, always be thankful that people actually showed up to see your band. So my advice in music and in life, be respectful, be thankful, and be supportive. I always take some time towards the end of the set, between 2 songs, to quickly thank, whoever played before us, whoever's playing after us, the headliner and all that stuff. Thank the crowd for showing up, the sound guy, my dude's playing with me, whatever. But like, make sure it's under 30 seconds or something like that, and then get the ball rolling, finish your set, and walk off stage. So yeah, be thankful, be respectful, be supportive. Just don't be a dick. The last commandment, number 10, thou shalt not linger. Hey, thank you, good night, good night. Wow, wasn't that a great show? Oh, that was great. You have a towel, dude? Oh, hey, Mom. Hey, thanks for showing up. No, come on up stage. No, I'll do this later, man. They have people to do that. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chill here. When you're done playing your set, pack your stuff at the same speed you unpacked and then get out of the way. If you're the very first band, chances are the second band, the headliner, are already really eager to start playing. So pack up, get out the way, offer help if they want it, but otherwise let them do their thing. And then if you're that one band that plays right before the headliner, well, it's even more important that you get out of the way. Chances are there's a crew, there might be lights, they have to move some stuff around. This is their night, their show. Once you're done, pack up, do not linger, get out of the way. Go to the merch table, hang out there, meet some people, whatever you want, but don't pop a beer on stage and start talking drum heads with the drum tech or something like that. Just get out of the way, go to your merch table, do your thing there, and let the show happen. So there we go. Those are my 10 commandments, my 10 rules of etiquette for the opening band, and, well, if I'm honest, for the musician in general. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, don't be afraid to leave a like on your way out. Otherwise, my Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook links, all that stuff is in the description down below, along with more videos to watch. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. I have nowhere to go. This is